Hello, guys. You're welcome to Crypto Space. I'm Austin. So today we're going to be looking at the Terra Luna and how risky it is investing in it right now. We're going to be looking at the Terra Luna Classic as well. But before we do that, you can see that the market today is not so amazing, even though we're not seeing reds in the market right now. But you can see that altcoins are doing much more better than Bitcoin here, and Ethereum as well. You can see that Bitcoin and Ethereum aren't doing so compared to some altcoins today. But let's look at the altcoins that are doing so great today. We have Rain doing almost 18.8%, and then we have Atom at 15.1%, and then 21.1% for Matic. Let's look at the market cap with a market cap of 4.72 billion. That's okay, and it's ranking at 18th, like the number 18th crypto with the daily volume of 1.17 billion. That's amazing. Now let's just look at Atom before we go right into looking at Terra Luna. Now Atom is doing 2.4 billion market capitalization, 2.40 billion with a 24-hour volume of 461.76 million at the 26th ranking. Well, the market is still yet to improve. All this market capitalization we're looking at were much more higher than this the last 2 3 months ago. But with the drop that is caused by the global inflation, everything has crashed down so badly. So let's go right into Terra Luna and see what is happening right there. Now we're right here at the Binance chart to look at the Luna, and we're also going to be looking at the Luna Classic as well to see how much they have dropped. But before then, Do Kwon, the co-founder of Luna, actually granted an interview to one of the, some of two journalists in the Wall Street Journal, and in that interview, he actually said that falling is not failing. Falling is not failing, that he still believes so much in Terra Luna and Terra Luna Classic that it's going to bounce back. And he also apologized to families who have suffered loss as a result of the crash. Well, there's this fat man always giving tips from the Terra Luna lab that Do Kwon had a huge lot of Luna stored in a private wallet, but he has denied that as well. But regardless whatever the informations are, it's not affecting the market positively. It's still pushing the market downward as there's an investigation going on. And then again, investors are losing confidence. This is to tell you that the market is not safe to trade anymore. Well, this is not a financial advice. You can do your own research. This is just my research. I'm just a guy in his own space saying what he knows. Now, from the indicators on my screen right now, this is the parabolic and this is your moving averages. Now you can see that they are all pointing down, and if you look very well, you're gonna notice that the market volumes are dropping each day. Now this is the pegging. This first green sell red sellouts are the pegging incident that happened that made this sellouts to happen. So we're not going to be looking at this because we already had this a month ago when it depegged. So we're gonna be starting from right here. Maybe I should pull up a triangle, a rectangle, so you could see that. So we're gonna be starting right here up to the end to today's trade. Now this first buyout here is as a result of the relaunching when it was actually relaunched into Lunar Classic, and then Luna when there was a airdrop for people holding Terra, Luna, and UST. Now, if you check right from here, as I'm moving the mouse pointer on each candlestick, you're going to see that the market volume drops. Now, let me take out the rectangle so you can see very well. Let me go over to the trading view. Now, on the trading view, you're going to get a clear explanation of what I'm talking about here. Now, look at this. The market volumes are dropping every day. Now, it was on the 2nd of June, it was on 17.904 million, and then it dropped to 8.736 million. Now let's fast forward after the dip again. Now you see here, which is on the 10th of June, it's at 18.32 million. It's still dropping, it's still dropping, it's still dropping. And today is actually trading at 359.201 thousand. It is very, very alarming, and this is a red alert for every investor. Well, if you're gonna stay in the market, you stay in the market at your own risk. Well, although you can do that based on your indicator, your technical studies, and everything you've experienced about the market so far. Well, like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy in this space saying what he knows, but I strongly know that this market is definitely going to crash more than this. But there is a big hope, which I really don't see so big anyway. Terra Luna is going to push up possibly maybe by the end of the year, but it probably will not get much more than maybe $40 if it gets up to $40. So it won't get up to $40. If it gets to $40, it's possible, but it's very, very hard. So what I'm looking at is anything before $40. Yeah, anything before $40. So if you're investing in Luna, you have to be very, very careful, and you have to be very, very observant of what you're doing. So let's go right ahead to look at the Lunar Classic and see how the Lunar Classic has fared so far. Now, this is the Lunar Classic review. I'm clicking on this chart right now for it to pop up. Now, I'm having a pretty slow network, but we're gonna make do with what I have. Now, it's open already, so let's take a good look at it. Now, from here is what happened after the launch. It's pushed up to 0.0029 when it was launched on Binance, and then some other major exchanges in the world that were kind of working with the Terra Lab to see how to revive Luna and Lunar Classic. Now, if you still check again, the market volume is still dropping. On Lunar Classic and Terra Luna, the market volume is still dropping. Now, I'm able to tell you right now that the Terra Luna situation is out of the control of the Quan and the lab. Now they are at the mercies of investors, and you don't want to be at the mercies of the investors who go in and out of the market, unless you're a very big investor that can push the market up to wherever you want it to be and then pull out whenever you want to pull out. Now let's check the volume. Now, if you're looking at the volume now, you're going to see that it's consistently dropping. It's consistently dropping. Now let's look at the trading view as well. You're gonna pardon me, and my network is not so great, but it's gonna pop up pretty soon. Yeah, it's up. Um, if you look at it now, this was the launch that happened. So when it was relaunched on most exchanges, it had a volume of 241,051 billion. Now, after that, it dropped to 2,124. Oh, pardon me. The first was 2,451. Sorry, please. Then it dropped down to 2,124. And then again, it dropped down to 1,734. As you can see how it dropping. And then on other exchanges, it was also launched. It was also allow me to say launched. Yes, it was also listed again. That's what I was calling launch earlier. And then after that, it kept dropping. You can see how it's dropping. It has dropped to 1,652, all in billions. Now it drops to 1,061. You can see that it is consistently dropping. Now, what is this telling you? It's telling us that the investors are losing confidence in the market, and I'm seeing the market crashing much more than this, regardless of the the economic conditions right now. Now, investors have all gotten out of the market, and their level of confidence is so low. on the Terra Luna and the Lunar Classic and their project. Now you can see how much this is going to affect the trade. So if you're going into the market, you have to be very, very careful because this is a warning. This is a warning. If you're going into this market, you're playing a very big risk. Although if you're going into the Lunar Classic and then it's pushed up all of a sudden, you're going to be making amazing profits. So it's much more like you want to try the devil and see if you can defeat the devil. Well, it's possible anyway. Not actually a very clear analogy, but it's much more like taking a big risk, and when you get something good out of it, whoa, amazing. But if you don't, just stick with the decision of taking the risk. Well, this is a review of the Terra Luna Classic. Well, my price prediction for Terra Luna itself is gonna get up to um 30 something, but not much more than $40. Not much more than $40. But for Lunar Classic, which we're on, I can't really say much on Lunar Classic, but it's still definitely going to push up to around 0.0001. That is one thing I know for sure, which is this particular point here is definitely going to push up back to it. Yes, most definitely. So if you like this content, if you find it useful, kindly click the like and the subscribe button, and do please subscribe because it does help me a lot, and I'm going to try to improve on my content delivery so it's going to be much more informative than it is right now. Thank you very much for sticking around. I'm still Austin.